MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace. And good morning. It's Monday.
Yes, it is.
And we are slam in a holiday week.
I know it, and I'm so behind on what I need to get done, but I just didn't do all what I thought I was going to get done this weekend, but
you will be okay, I promise.
Yeah.
The school is out, which means you'll get even less done. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of parents thinking that.
Yeah. But Alden's pretty good. He pulls stuff out here and there, but he's pretty good about,
Back in the day when the majority of everybody watching here when they were in school, it was 2 days at best. You got Thanksgiving Day and the day after Thanksgiving out of school.
Yeah, we didn't get a week for sure.
You look forward to the only big time that you got was there at Christmas. You got 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Summertime, we had 3 full months, didn't we?
We sure did. Mm-hmm. Day after Labor Day, you went back.
Yeah, and now it's just like in the blink of an eye, they're going back once they get out.
Folks, I check every day to make sure that she's not wearing white after Labor Day. I've been checking, making sure those shoes aren't.
Does that still apply? I don't even know. I see people wearing white year-round now. So.
That means you're going to jail or something. Doesn't it mean that?
Yeah, well, that was always a big rule. When I was growing up, I can remember my grandmother saying that,
Was it anything white or just shoes?
I think it was anything. But, people wear winter white. Like full white outfits in the wintertime now. I see it. So.
And you have heard that thing of if somebody sweeps your feet, you're going to jail, haven't you?
No.
I used to hear that when I was, 20, somewhere along in there. But I hadn't lately. I don't know if it still applies.
I don't know. I've heard if your nose itches, money's coming your way.
See, I've never heard that. I've always heard that somebody's coming to see you with a hole in the britches.
Oh, really?
If your nose itches, somebody's coming with a hole in the britches.
Well, nowadays, everybody's got holes in the britches.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that. The new fad.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Boy, oh boy.
Some of them look like they've been thrown into a bed of piranhas.
And they pay for this.
I know. I don't know. Used to, if you had a hole in your pants, that was something bad,
See, I ordered some new britches, and they finally arrived because I couldn't find them in a store anywhere, and I don't know whether to wear them or not. Wow. One pair feels like they're pretty good, and there's exact same britches, and one pair seems a teeny bit too tight. So then if you wash them, don't they shrink again?
Yeah, they can.
And Fat Boy here.
You might want to wash them in cold water and hang them up.
But you'd have to do that every time, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would, because some things just keep shrinking and keep shrinking, But anyway, I will tell you, stretchy material pants, like, I don't know about men, but women, you buy those, and as you wear them along, as the day goes on, they keep falling off.
Is that
looser and looser? They stretch. Like,
what are those? Is that those britches that you can't hardly get in your ankles? It fits to your. What are those called? The fit me britches for women.
What are you talking about, like stretch pants? Or
well, no,
like
those britches.
Leggings?
Those new blue jeans that fit like
jeggings.
Or like you were poured into them, and they're supposed to fit all the
skinny
curves.
Jeans.
Skinny jeans.
Yeah, skinny jeans.
Do they stretch, or are they just?
I guess it depends on the material. Some of them don't, but I'm tired of skinny jeans. I want some bootcut jeans.
Do they have britches for big ones like me? Maybe it's a new brand we need to invent.
They got all kind of britches, Scotty Ray.
I'm a learning.
But I'm ready for bootcut jeans to come back in style to where you can. And I know somebody says, maybe, but they're still in style. I can't find them anywhere. Just about anything you find nowadays is those skinny jeans. I'm tired of it. I got plenty of them. I'm sick of them though. I can't even wear my cowboy boots.
Have we finally gotten, because I hadn't, when I'm down at the courthouse, I always kind of judge everything by the courthouse, what's walking in and out. Are we finally out of those wide britches that look like a chevron?
The bell bottom? Oh, I know.
The chevron britches and all that.
Is that zigzag print?
Is that gone away finally?
I guess. I don't know. I see some people wearing the shirt still, but.
I always think a gas station is coming toward me when I see it. I'm like, ooh, chevron again.
The chevron print. It looks like zigzag print. Yeah.
My small thoughts, I don't know everything. Thought I'd pass that along to you this morning. Let's talk about weather for a minute, of what's coming up in the next few days as we pull up the forecast here. Let's talk about Thanksgiving. Now, there is on Thanksgiving Day a 40% chance of showers in the forecast now. So it's not horrible.
Yeah.
The first report of this said it'd be early. We'll watch this. We're still a few days out for this. Black Friday only showing a 20% chance of showers. Hopefully this will be a come and go quick kind of thing.
I'm glad I moved it to the meal to the house because, we were going to try to have it out by the lake. So
Might have got wet.
yeah, I'm glad I moved it.
So we'll watch that, let you know how that turns out. So what's going to happen with deer hunting today, and we'll talk with Jay's Taxidermy, and we'll start awarding as we get things going, getting up with Jay, the prizes each week. And it's a lot of weekly prizes in the Battle of the Bucks. So what's good in deer hunting today? The best feeding times are going to be 3:30 this afternoon.
Okay.
And again, first place prize this year, the overall winner of the yearly contest, you can see all the rules there at Jay's Taxidermy, is going to be, I think it's $5,000 cash. So
That's a good prize.
yeah, who couldn't use some cash?
Yeah, $5,000.
Jay stepping it up.
Buy you 10 gallons of gas.
Okay, that was pretty good there. Let's see some other things. Nothing major happened over the weekend. We were pretty calm in Meridian, just your normal stuff.
Yeah.
And I see this daily. We see more and more shoplifting happen.
Oh, yeah.
That's just a common thing that you're going to see between now and Christmas. So be ready for that. We had a report of some shots fired as we look at this. And again, no one was hurt. This was in the 200 block of 24th Avenue. That would be east. Here's Highland Park here, east of Highland Park. Here's Highway 39 west of there in that area over the weekend. Some more shots fired, but no one was hurt. I don't want anybody to take that for anything more than it was, just other than a caller going, hey, someone just shot up in the air. That's
I guess people just randomly just ride around shooting guns. I mean, it's just
not good.
Crazy.
Even somebody said, I heard a rumor, this is merely rumored, that somebody was hit with a pellet gun. Somebody rolled down a window and shot somebody with a pellet gun. Who does that? No new reports of naked man over the weekend. That's been
good.
pretty calm.
Maybe somebody got him some clothes on.
We sure hope so. And then still speculation of maybe there's more than just being a streaker there, that it could be some issues going on.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would think when you're walking around like that at 50 degrees, something's not quite,
normal,
right?
It can't be. But that's a kind of a look at what went on over the weekend around our area. We're going to get to here in just a few moments some of the things that happened nationally. A lot of things going on nationally.
Oh, yeah.
Now, a big thing, and let me find this because we want to talk about this to make absolutely sure that you know about what you got to do when it comes to tomorrow. It's going to take me just a second to get this pulled up. But voting is going to take place tomorrow.
Right. It's the runoff, right?
The runoff, the special election. And you need to make absolutely sure if you live in any of these 14 districts, and let me pull this up here and show you here. If you live in any of these, that you vote in Lauderdale County. We'll be speaking with Donna Jill tomorrow to make absolutely sure that you understand it. But the Meridian Little Theater, Lauderdale County Fire Station, Velma Young Community Center, Raymond Davis, also the Gateway Church in Lauderdale, Hamasa Temple, Bethel Missionary Baptist Church. That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Magnolia Hall, MSU Meridian, Mount Olive Baptist Church, Old Mount Barton School, Prince of Peace Christian Fellowship, another mouthful, and Council of Organization. Those are the 14 locations that you can vote in Lauderdale County.
And if you have any question, I think you can look on your voter registration card, and it should be listed on there where you're supposed to vote, right?
Yeah, there's a copy of what one looks at, and it says it right there where you vote. Now, if you're like me and half of everybody else, you go, voter registration card?
I was just saying that if you don't know where your voter registration.
I used to carry it in my wallet. I'm not sure it's still there.
Yeah.
But I don't know how often you get a new one.
I don't know either. I don't think I've gotten a new one in a long time.
Make a note. We're going to ask her about that
That's
tomorrow.
something that would be a good thing, like yearly, maybe, that they send out. Or at least every couple of years.
Maybe they do, and I just pay no attention.
I have not gotten one. I'll tell you that. I haven't.
If Angie doesn't say, here's your insurance card, please put it in your truck, it never makes it.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of guilty of that, too. So I do put it in my wallet, though.
But think of how many times have you been pulled over? Let me see and you go, huh?
Yeah.
Might better call that in. And I guess they can give you a warning ticket or a ticket until you go to the court and go, I did have insurance.
Yeah. Well, I say I put it in my wallet. My husband's probably at home watching going, no, you don't, because yours is still sitting on the counter from a month ago when I told you to put it in.
I am the world's worst at that.
Yeah,
and we can't be the only ones that do that. There's got to be others that...
yeah. I'm sure we're not the only ones.
It's just little things like that. Oh, yeah, and then that thing of when your driver's license gets renewed.
Oh, let me tell you what I did. I had to change my name on my license. Well, I didn't know that my license were still like had some time left on them before I had to renew them.
Yeah.
But I went ahead and went on and changed my name. Well, they still ran out. I did not realize on the date they were supposed to run out. It wasn't like I just renewed them then.
Right. They won't
renew them then. So I rode around for probably a year almost. And like mine went out. Well, not a year. No, it wasn't quite a year. It was at least 6 months. I was riding around with expired license, didn't even know it. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, yeah, I remember her telling me that.
You know, and it comes to one of those things to where if you go to the counter and you go, oh, my driver's license picture looks horrible, they will be more than glad to retake your picture if you'll spend the money for an entire new license. And that's how that works.
But don't go thinking that you can use your same picture.
Oh, no. They updating you.
Yeah, I went one day thinking, oh, I love this picture. It's like a really good one. I'm just going to use that one on my new one.
You can keep your current one for like twice if you renew online and don't go down there.
Right. But I didn't. I was not prepared to get it, so I looked like really bad on that other.
And let me just ask this: we moved here. I bought an 8-year license a few years ago, and then I moved right after I'd done that. And I'm 5 years into having the wrong address on my license. Does that matter?
I guess maybe. Well, if you ever do anything wrong, I guess you ain't got to worry about them coming looking for you here.
Just curious. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our friends over at Snowden and Company. What do they do? Well, they help you get a new home, and they're very good at what they do. How do I know that? Well, there's so many of you that voted for them, and 3 of their people got elected Meridian Star's Reader's Choice Award there for selling homes.
Yes.
That's great.
If you give them a call, they'll get right back to you or a text.
If you're looking for the dream home that you've always wanted, and everybody dreams about getting that particular home you want, well, they can help you find it. Call them at 453-3937. If it's time to sell, they do that also. They'll help you in so many different ways. And then you can just take a sneak peek at what they've got, SnowdenRealEstate.com. Visit them online there. If you see a house you like, you can kind of look at it and then go, hey, I'd like to go look at it. Comparable market prices. Here are a few of the pictures that they've got out there of homes. See them. Now, they work anywhere from Lauderdale County, Kemper, Newton, Neshoba, Clark, and they have expanded to the Jackson, Mississippi area.
That's right. Flowwood.
Yeah. Now, they have a special hours this week. They're going to be closed for Thanksgiving. Can't help that. And then normally Monday through Friday, they're open till 5 p.m. An appointment by only on Saturday. Talk to them. Let them find out why so many people use them. Snowden and Company Real Estate. See them. They'll take care of you. Here's Amanda Snowden. That's who you look for. She's the leader over there, a designated seller representative and certified real estate agent. See them today. She'll help you in any way she can.
Making my way back home from the grocery store, I was struck by an 18-wheeler. It was horrible. My life changed in an instant, and I discovered I needed help.
I'm Mississippi Attorney Richard Schwartz. I'm proud to represent the people of the great state I call home.
I'm Kim from Tupelo, Mississippi, and it took one call and that was all. I called my Mississippi attorney Richard Schwartz and he got me $335,000.
If you need me in Mississippi, remember, one call, that's all.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace on this. Do we call Mondays Fabulous Mondays? Is that the short term for it?
I don't know about fabulous because I wasn't feeling fabulous when my alarm went off. I had to get up out of the bed.
It's that motivation, that first 30 seconds to where you really got to set your mind to, I got to get up.
I know. I just want to hit that snooze thing, hit it a few times. But I got on up this morning. Everybody else was still in the bed. But
I try never to use the snooze because if you do it once, you get lazy. And that's me. Yeah. I'll keep doing it. So I try to avoid that.
Well, you get up at before daylight.
Long before daylight. But I've got you, and then this is one of those things. I don't even have to set an alarm anymore. You wake right up at 3:30 in the morning. You go, I'm supposed to be up.
Yeah, I wake up all during the night usually. I think I woke up several times last night. But
are you a milk getter in the middle of the night?
No.
Are you a snacker? Maybe?
No, if I snack, it's usually like right before I go to bed, which I know is not good.
Look,
hence the pounds that I probably put.
I've heard that you keep a box of Cheez-Its beside your bed and you just reach over in the middle of the night and pull them out and chew on them.
Really?
Yeah, is that true?
Did you hear that? No, it's vanilla wafers.
Oh.
No, I don't keep them beside the bed, but I will tell you this. That is like one of my favorite snacks is vanilla wafers and peanut butter.
And peanut butter?
Yes, that is the best snack.
Okay.
It is.
Didn't know that one.
Mm-hmm. It's really good.
But I do like vanilla wafers, especially.
Well, dip them in peanut butter if you like peanut butter. It's really good. But yeah, I'm a midnight snacker. Not middle of the night snacker.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm seriously. I don't get up and eat in the middle of the night. But let's say good mornings to
Yeah.
people.
Who's watching today?
Virgil Reed, good morning. And Daphne Childs, good morning to you. Bill Reinhardt and Donnie Page, good morning.
Also, LaWanda. We also got Joyce Snowden Godwin watching this morning. We appreciate that.
Yes. And I just saw where Daphne said that her dad passed away Friday night. I am so sorry.
Oh, I missed that.
I grew up knowing them, and condolences for the family.
Absolutely.
For sure. Prayers for y'all.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you as well.
Yes.
Give us a note here on the comments there.
Yes. Let's see. In Cooksville, we have Peggy Simmons watching this morning. Joyce Godwin, good morning. Denise Burnside, good morning. Let's see, who else do we have over here? I'm not as fast as Scotty Ray with stuff. Kathy Thomas is watching this morning. Elmer Talbert's watching.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Yeah. We'll get back to some more good mornings. As we said, let us know where you're watching from. We'd appreciate that. Over the weekend, boy, this is just shocking. Vicksburg, Mississippi. A man and his wife went to the casino, and he murdered her at the casino. Shot her. He's been arrested. He'll spend a lot of time. I think there was a lot of witnesses that saw what happened. So it's a pretty big case against him. Now, this is to keep in mind of what's going on nationally. Yeah. Not to say this could happen here, but it could. But we are starting to see what you call flash mobs. We've seen little bits and pieces of this before, but nothing like we saw this weekend. We first go to San Francisco, where it was 12 people went into, do you pronounce it Louis
Vuitton, which a Louis Vuitton purse could be hundreds, thousands, lots of money. They're
major purses. So if you see one of those, it's upscale. But 12 of them raided a store, got away with thousands of dollars worth of merchandise, did not get caught. Now, here's the one that makes you go, hello. And I call this, again, flash mobs. This was in California, and they're saying gone in 60 seconds. And it truly was. They went into a Nordstrom area, Bay Area store. I can't even pronounce what it is.
Nordstrom's. Yeah. That's a store,
Right.
A chain of stores.
Expensive. 80 people entered the store at one time. In less than 60 seconds, they robbed it. The getaway car was 25 different cars. Now, if this is the start of what is coming to America, there's no way police could stop. You know that as well as I do. 80 people at one time. That was well planned out on a piece of paper of this group goes here, you grab this.
Cell phones used, I'm sure, And they can go get those those little pay by the minute cell phones.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you can track stuff like that. I don't know.
Well, they got them on the black market that are not traceable, that are, like they'll rob an 18-wheeler and take them all, and then they're distributed among criminals.
But I heard this morning too that how they said that $1,000 you can steal without being thrown in jail,
That's California,
or a major fine or whatever against you. Did you know that you could go to one store and steal that much, go to another store and steal that much, go to another store and steal that much? I did not. It's not like a total of.
Oh, it's not.
It's each time.
What are we letting?
Is that not ridiculous?
What are lawmakers getting away with?
Well, that's just enticing people like this to do all this junk. Because if they had 80. And each one of them stole $1,000 worth. That's $80,000.
And there's nothing that you could do to any of them. And that may have been what their plan was there.
If you think about the purse, stealing the purses or the Louis Vuitton store, I would assume it's purses, wallets, whatever. How many of those do you think they could get each? They could probably easily slap 10 of them on their arms and walk out with them each,
Now, as we also see this in California, I believe it's Walgreens that they have closed 900 stores due to this. They cannot afford to keep going with this. When will America go, it's time to fix this? Now, again, this is not happening in the rural South whatsoever. I hadn't heard of it really happening anywhere in the Deep South. But something's got to be done because whatever happens out there makes its way here. Now, we're a little bit slower to get things, and we all know that.
Yeah. Well, I think it's ridiculous that they're able to steal anything. I don't care if you steal a pencil. You're a thief. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is. If you take it and it's not yours, something needs to be done about it. Even like kids. I mean, like personally, I've dealt with stuff before where, a kid took something. I'm sure they probably thought, oh, it's just a this or that, Still, though, you need to deal with it when they're young so they don't become adults.
Right.
That keep doing the same thing. But
there's a picture of that. This is just them escaping. That was the scene there. All these cars crammed. It's going to get worse. They got away with it once. And, so what if they get one or two arrested? And as we probably find out, it may have just been a misdemeanor.
And the crazy thing, too, is the workers who work in these stores, they just have to stand there and watch them take them because they don't have the authority, like they could get in trouble or fired if they, go after these people.
How many times have you seen a manager chase somebody in the parking lot and they lose their job?
Yeah. I just had to lose my job because, like if somebody, I don't know, I can't deal with stuff like that.
No, and none of us can. The next story is tragedy that has hit America. And Lord have mercy, we hope not more of this happens. And I don't know the answer to this other than at the end of Christmas parades, they're going to have to start putting 4 cops wide cars to where people cannot pass the parade. Mm-hmm. But as we learn now, there is at least 5 dead, 40 injured in Wisconsin in a Christmas parade. And if you've seen any of this footage, it is disturbing.
It is. There was a child just standing there jumping around, I guess, to the music. Mm-hmm. I mean, a toddler child. And somebody happened, thank God, to see the vehicle coming and shove the child out of the way because, we would have probably witnessed it right there. Yeah. But
as the car makes its own way, and I don't know this for sure, it's just a video that I've watched. The car goes on up until it reaches a marching band. And we all know that in 90% of the cases, it's either a college or a high school that's a marching band and ran right into them. People went everywhere. There's no other way to word it. And he did get away, and they have caught him. Well,
this morning I heard them talking about, it was a question of, I think they had somebody, a person of interest.
That's the way they're wording it.
But they were wondering if he was in the parade, like if he was supposed to be driving in the parade, or was he somebody that's come out of the blue?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Early reports, there's not been a name given. The early reports that they're saying this morning, and again, the way it's worded in most cases is person of interest. There's another website that's saying that, well, it could be a rapper, and they're not ruling out terrorism out of any of this. They don't know at this point. But think of how many people... And is this the new America, what we've got to start watching? It doesn't matter where this takes place.
Right.
I don't think this is connected to the cow thing. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think it's just somebody that wanted to harm others.
Yeah. Probably so. There's just evil people everywhere in this world.
Where the guy took the U-Haul and jumped on a sidewalk and just ran over people?
I remember that. Yeah.
It's the same scenario. Mm-hmm. But Christmas parades will have to start taking different measures to where side streets are blocked. Mm-hmm. And police cars are either, they have people within the parade block it all the way down to where a car cannot go around them.
Well, usually they do. I don't know, though. There's crazy people, even if they weren't in a vehicle, who's to say they wouldn't do something else? If they were just posing as somebody on the side watching, you don't ever know what people are going to do.
You go back to people. Remember that guy, the marathon race in New York a few years ago?
The 2 brothers.
Yeah.
America
is just not.
And with all the people who've come through the border, and we know that there's possibility of terrorists that's come through with them, because everybody was not, properly vetted, as you say, I guess.
Exactly.
And checked out.
So we hope whoever this is, we have no idea the actual name of the person. Fox News says they know, but they will not release the name until authorities say it's okay to give out the name, and we learn more about whoever it is. And I would suspect that will be coming very shortly today. Now, also, let's talk about Atlanta, Georgia this weekend. Are you up to date on that?
Yeah, I just have briefly heard about it.
Airplanes, the airport got shut down for a few hours. Flights canceled because a gun went off at the Atlanta airport. And how it happened was this guy is going through security. You know how they take your bag and they roll it and they x-ray it. Well, a gun is seen, and the security, or what do you call those people at TSA, starts unzipping the bag. Well, the person that supposedly owned the gun lurched forward trying to grab it, and the gun was loaded and accidentally went off in the bag. No one was hurt. And then we find out the rest of the stories, Paul Harvey would say. It was a convicted felon who had the gun. Most likely the gun was not registered to his name because, well, he couldn't own one.
Right.
America, America. We watch this daily.
Well, that's
these
an
things.
example of people are going to get guns one way or another. I mean, you know.
Law-abiding citizens do it the legal way to protect their family. People like that, you know, they're stolen guns most likely. Most likely. We don't know that for sure, as we'll track down.
Was a felon for? I would wonder.
Yeah, that's a good question. We'll have to investigate a little bit more of that, of what he done and what he was in jail for to begin with. And boy, oh boy.
Why would you? I mean, that's
now
how
I have
not
heard,
smart is that to stick it in your bag where you know it's going to be checked.
I have heard of people accidentally leaving. You know, they keep one in their luggage, and they get to the airport and they go, "Oh gosh, I forgot about that." I have heard of that happening.
Yeah,
but I'm not so sure this could have been that case.
Right.
But that's a pretty serious thing to happen there at the airport there. 3 people were hurt. As we look at this, that's the news from Atlanta that I can tell you on that story there.
3 people were hurt, though?
Yeah, because people went, shoo.
Yeah.
They started scattering. When that gun went off, what are you going to do? You're going to hit the deck. I have seen also people, and this is just, I was with a friend at the airport. You know how they make you take off your shoes now and go through that? Well, he was doing his best to get his boots back on. Lost his balance, and you know those.
Yeah.
It was like a domino effect up in the airport. I'm talking about people knocked down everywhere by him. But you tried to get that boot on, and you're hobbling around on one foot trying to balance, and he fell, and it just pap, 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 and it knocked other people down.
Goodness. Too bad.
So, anyway, that's what happened in Atlanta over the weekend there. Coming up, we'll talk a little bit more about some other things that are going on with the Kyle case. That's coming up. Mary Hope has got the trees of Christmas. If you haven't been by there lately, that has kicked off in the Meridian area.
I'd love to go see them. I love Christmas trees. My little boy loves them, you know. And it's been a long time since I've been there. I think I was a child maybe when I went the last
going
time.
back.
So, yeah, I need to.
Mary Hope is very pretty there. We also wanted to point out, let me see if I can find this about the Christmas tree lighting in Meridian. I got that right around the corner here. Let me get to it here.
That would be a fun. That's what my son said. I wonder if they're going to do a countdown, Mom. And so I said, probably so. You know.
Yeah. We got the Christmas tree lighting on December the 1st. I believe that's going to be at 5 p.m. There it is right there. Yeah, City Hall, 5 p.m.
That'll be neat. It's a big tree. We rode by yesterday, and it's already set up.
Oh, I hadn't been downtown the last day or so.
Well, we went by yesterday, and it is. Or the day before yesterday, I think. So.
We got the Christmas parade coming on the 4th, and lots of other Christmas parades right around the corner also.
Yes.
As we look here, let me see here. We got in Clark County, you got Shibuda, Stonewall Equipment, and Enterprise all coming also.
That's right. The 4th through the 11th. There's going to be a lot of them.
Yeah.
And 2 of them are on the 4th, Shibuda and Stonewall. One's at 11 a.m., one's at 6 p.m. You can make both of those. Quitman's is December 6th at 6 p.m. and Enterprise December 11th, 6 p.m. also. And
then Collinsville will roll in on December the 11th also.
Yes.
It'll kick off, I think, there at the Piggly Wiggly parking lot, if I remember right.
Won't it go through Lake Ross Collins, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I think it's going to do.
Yeah. That'd be neat, though.
Yeah, so if you can make it out to any of these Christmas parades, and if we hadn't mentioned yours, I hadn't heard about DeKalb or Scuba or Philadelphia yet of when their Christmas parades will be going. So if you've got to know what they are, let us know.
That's right.
Karen Palmer says she has a birthday today. 63 of them. Happy birthday to you there.
Yes, good morning and happy birthday. It's a good day to have a birthday.
Any day that you wake up is
That's
a birthday.
Right. Thank God.
Just saying.
That's right.
Oh.
Let's see. Pat Banks. She says, have a good Thanksgiving week. And I hope everybody does. I think there's a lot of people who've already started gathering. I saw a bunch of cars at a bunch of different houses this weekend. I guess everybody having an early Thanksgiving meal, maybe.
Coming in early for the holidays.
That's right.
Also, don't forget about this. This is coming up in the Why Not community. December the 4th, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Why Not Day.
All right.
No word yet that if Ricky Bobby is going to be named King of the Parade yet. But we're checking to see if he does.
Got a lot of family in Why Not.
Yeah, absolutely. More coming up with Scotty Ray and Candace right around the corner.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville are passing along these great savings this week. Mississippi sweet potatoes, 49 cents a pound. Fresh yellow onions, 3-pound bag, 2 for $3. K-Row Surf, 16-ounce, 2 for $5. Piggly Wiggly cranberry sauce, a 14-ounce can, only $1.29. Select New York strips, $6.99 a pound. And Jenny-O turkeys, $1.29 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. And somebody made a point on this about the gentleman that ran over some folks in the parade.
Yeah, they said that he possibly, I think it was reported this morning, that he possibly could have been fleeing another crime he had committed. So, that's awful.
Yeah. So we'll as soon as we get more on that, we'll follow that. Somebody made it a comment about a convict, an illegal winning some money.
It says, what is your thoughts on the illegal that won $700,000 on a Powerball ticket? Said, should they be able to claim it?
Now, a lot of these, I'd have to read the wording on that. A lot of times, one of the very first things in the fine print says you must be a U.S. citizen.
Yeah.
Don't know if that one
That
has.
would be horrible to win that.
And to get it taken away?
I don't know. I'd like to check into that, though, and see.
But
I had not heard that. Maureen Viles put that up there. I had not heard it.
Yeah, we appreciate the comment there, keeping us up to date with everything.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back at history today, and it's not big today. There's not a lot of things shaking. A few of these you'll go, oh yeah, I knew that. Who remembers Rodney?
I remember him. He got no respect.
No respect, none whatsoever.
Didn't he have a song out too one time?
He may have.
Yeah, I think he did. He was big,
But gosh, everybody remembers him from Caddyshack.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot help but like that character because he messed with the rich.
Yeah.
He went against the grain. And did you remember that movie he had, Back to School, to where he went back to college with his kid?
Yeah, he was jumping off a diving board.
Yeah.
All this swimming with the swim team. And
He was
funny,
cutting edge at the time, but funny.
I know, he was funny. He really was. Those eyes.
I don't think he was. I don't remember him being vulgar like some were. He may have crossed the line every once in a while, but he was not like some of them I've heard. 1955, a big contract was signed today, and Sun Records was bought out of Elvis Presley's contract. Who remembers that? I can't remember if it was $55,000 or $35,000 that RCA paid for that. I lean toward the $55,000. Which was unheard of in the 50s of buying a record contract out, which the Colonel would get half of every bit of that, if we remember. But Elvis was the man in the 50s.
Yeah.
Right on up until the end there. Also, this young lady, she's been in a lot of movies, and her dad was an actor also, but Jamie Lee Curtis was born on this date. She's pretty much had the same look of the short hair like that for years.
I like her with the short hair a lot better than I do the long hair. I think I was Christmas with the Crumps. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
Wasn't that the name of it?
Yeah.
She had longer hair in that one. It just did not look like her.
Where he went and got the spray tan and he was orange.
Yeah, they were going to go on vacation.
That was hilarious.
They didn't get to go.
What was the thing that she done? Was it the 80s or 90s where she was in the workout clothes?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That picture of her that's been around forever in those itty bitty.
She ain't got that workout body anymore.
It didn't left her.
Yeah, I don't think she hasn't seen that in quite a few years. But,
And let me tell you something. It's going to happen to everybody.
Age will do that to everybody, though.
This would change America, everybody. And I'm sure that you've heard it mentioned somewhere today. But it was a cold November day in Dallas, Texas that will forever be remembered. JFK was assassinated in 1963 on this date. Lee Harvey Oswald would be accused of it. He would never make trial due to Jack Ruby, who assassinated him, who was sick and would die before he went. All that was orchestrated. There's no way they knew he was going to die. Whoever it was hired him to do that, and they took care of his family, I'm sure. Was he a patsy? I think most of Americans do believe that he was a patsy, and there was more people. If he pulled the trigger, there was more involved.
Yeah. That's awful, though.
It is.
But that goes on all the time. There's no telling what kind of conspiracy type stuff goes on all the time.
The first time that this was, and they should have seen, this was almost pulled off in Chicago a few weeks before that, and it got spoiled. If you go back and read your history on this, and then it happened, and he was urged to ride in the convertible top. Who all was involved in this? An easy shot for anybody in a convertible.
Right.
That'll never happen again.
That was awful.
The first time it's been very few presidents. Lincoln is the only other one. We've got Ford, who was shot at, didn't get it, and then Ronald Reagan was hit. But there hasn't been an attempt in quite some years, I guess, since Reagan.
Yeah.
And if you go back in history and look, it was every with a zero in the end, an attempt was made on presidents, and that kind of went by the wayside after a while there. But forever did change history. And there's still a lot of folks that it's like the thing of when Elvis passed away. You remember where you were, what you were doing in that exact moment when you were told of the news. I wasn't around.
I wasn't either, but I have seen the video of it, and it was horrible. I can't imagine what his wife sitting next to him went through. That is awful.
And whatever it was that she went to the trunk and got, and then got back in the car, who knows? It's been rumored it was parts of his body that she got. Horrible tragedy for America, and America will never get over that. Will we ever know the truth? No. The files that eventually are released are going to be redacted of anything that you could.
Right.
Y'all know what I mean. Also, 1980, one of America's biggest stars would pass away at the age of 87. And who am I talking about? Mae West. Why don't you come up and see me sometime, big boy? Who remembers that line?
That hair.
She was
so pretty, though.
She was a beautiful woman in her day. It was 1982 that Johnny Cash would travel to Memphis, Tennessee. Now, if he'd done this today, the odds of him keeping the hubcaps on his car would be very slim. But back in 82...
or his car.
Yeah. Back in 82, Johnny Cash was brave and filmed a Christmas special in Memphis, Tennessee on this date. I want to say it was a bunch of stars that went up on it and were a part of that. Johnny Cash done so much back in the day for people. Yes. But back then. 1989, who remembers this song? They went in the studio and it was released to radio on this date. Alabama, Oh Southern Star was released. Remember that one?
Yes, I do.
I liked Alabama. There's a few other songs that were released on this date.
And they're all still alive, aren't they?
Yes.
All the members of that band.
Except the drummer, he can't come back and play with them no more.
Yeah.
He's been chunked out the band. Shame,
I always
shame.
liked Alabama. Now this next one. Go ahead with this next one.
2008, and I guess this is the only time that he's ever done it, but Tim McGraw would be the main host for Saturday Night Live back in 2008.
Am I wrong when I say he was on Yellowstone the other night?
Yeah, no, he's going to be the star, him and Faith, of the new show 1883, which is the prequel.
Okay.
Yes.
But he was the dad. I guess it was the dad.
Be the great whatever.
Yeah. He, went and spoke with the Indians that night.
They done that cameo there to set you up to get you hooked.
And then last night when we were watching, I noticed, I was like, there's Tim McGraw again.
Did you catch it, the woman being Faith?
Well, I thought it was her when she laid back into the water or something.
Yeah.
I thought that looked like her. But.
Now, 90% of these shows that are prequels and stuff are not near as good as the show that's going on. What's your gut of the snippet? Have you looked at the trailers for 1883 yet?
It was good. I mean, it looked pretty good.
Now, I've got friends that live in Granbury, Texas, and there's been all types of filming out there all summer for that show around Granbury, Texas.
I just wish, though, the language was not as bad as what I mean, and it's one thing to slip something in every now and then, but it is like the scene last night.
There was no need for the cussing.
I mean, there's one scene with Beth and the older woman sitting there discussing.
Oh, boy.
I mean, that was a, intense conversation right there. But anyway, yeah, it was like every other word.
It was
that, and we were just like,
it would.
why?
You remember the old saying of "it'll make a sailor blush"?
Oh, yeah.
Whoever writes for that show does that. They must have some sailor up in them because they can spit it out.
I just don't understand the need of all that.
How do you rate last night's show? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
I think it was good, but the down is the language part of it to me. I just think it's overkill with it. I mean, it's overboard.
So, as we all watch this and wonder who actually ordered the hit on the Duttons, and we go to cut to Candace now, and who do you think is behind it?
Well, what's Jamie?
Yeah, Jamie.
What's he? He's not
the adopted son. Yeah, he's
the lawyer.
He's the attorney general.
The man who claims to be his real father. I think that's who it is.
It could be.
I think that's who it is. But now I might be wrong because they kind of leave you hanging there, you know.
It is a hang, but it sure indicates it. And let's just say that he done that. He won't be on the. He'll go to the train station pretty quick, real quick. And I think the bigger question is, if he's guilty, will Jamie take him to the train station?
I don't know, but let me ask you this: since we're discussing the show, when he bought the land, Jamie bought the land or bought the house and the land. He said, "This is the first thing I've ever owned."
Right.
Did the man help him with that, or he just give him like pointers as to what he needed to do?
Oh, his daddy's broke. He's a convict. He's a nobody. He's using Jamie because Jamie's got money.
Okay. Well, if y'all don't watch the show,
we spoiled it.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and tell you what just happened.
But anyway.
But boy, a show that really grabs your attention. But
it really is a good storyline.
It is excellent.
They would just quit ruining it with all the harsh language.
And a lot of middle America has tapped into it because of the way the justice system is in America now, to where people are arrested, they never have to pay for the crimes. And on here, it's instant justice, just like the old West. If somebody does something wrong, they handle it, and they handle it quickly.
It makes you really wonder if that's kind of, the reality over there in some parts of the Midwest.
Are there train stations out there that we don't know about?
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's take a minute and talk about our friend Chet at Chet's Paint and Body. You'll find him there right there at the corner on Highway 495. You can't miss it. And what they do is put your car back to the way it was. Right now, we're seeing an increase, fluctuation. Is that a word I can use, fluctuation? Of cars being hit by deer.
Yeah.
They just want to jump up on your hood and do a little dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're running cars right now. And Chet, if that happens to you, if they're running to the side of it, can put your car back to the way it looked before. Yes. There's many ways that they can do this, whether you've had a deer hit you or you've had somebody bump into you. We have a lot of fender benders around town. Chet is here to take care of you when it comes to that. Put your car back. You put too much money into your car for the paint not to match.
Right.
And they have some of the best color matching that can be done there at Chet's. They can take a chip of the old paint, run it through the computer, and tell you exactly, match it, even if it's had a fade, make it look right, if I can get my words out. Even the aluminum beds, they take care of that. All at Chet's Paint and Body, taking care of you. See them, that's their paint booth, classic cars to it all. They'll handle all of your insurance work for you, get you a rental car, well, right there at Chet's Paint and Body. See them today in Center Hill.
I was leaving home with a car full of my friends when suddenly we were thrust off of the road. A direct hit from behind. We were involved in a car accident.
I'm Mississippi Attorney Richard Schwartz. I'm proud to represent the people of the great state I call home.
Okay, we just had a question put up.
Rosemary Hill asked, I have to tell who. But anyway, does Sally Struthers play the old woman that Beth was talking to? And I knew.
Is that her?
I don't know. Is that her? Because she does kind of favor her. Isn't like if you.
Well, she wasn't crying or begging for money is the reason I didn't catch it. Please send your $20. Who can remember those ads? They used to bother me so bad, and they just played them and played them.
Yeah. I don't know if that's her or not, though. She does kind of favor her. The lady almost sounds like she would have an accent. Maybe she has a... I don't know.
Yellowstone is the new Big Valley, Mike Brantley says. Yeah. And... yeah, it's kind of like the family that owned the Big Valley. You have to give it credit there, except they didn't cuss as much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
didn't have all that back then.
Well, you look at that and you think back because Nick, if I remember right, was the family attorney. And then you had, the characters do kind of line up. Maybe that was based off of that.
It could be.
But what a show with it, excitement.
Yeah. Yeah, like, when they drag them across, tie a rope and drag them across the ground. Maybe they ought to do that to somebody. You ever been drugged across the pasture? Hitting every rock and
There's been a few people that's gotten their foot hung in a rope and I'm sure drugged before.
Goodness.
As we move to our next subject that is going across America, this is everywhere, the Rittenhouse case. Now, let's go back when all of this started. Do y'all remember there was a GoFundMe page before they yanked it down and said that it was politically incorrect, but a police officer gave $20 or $25 and was fired from his job for giving to that.
Yeah.
I think everybody thought that was wrong. Well, the man has been proven innocent. His name is William Kelly. He was in Norfolk, Virginia. He wants his job back. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
And the question is with this now, is this grounds for him to sue that city for firing him for giving money to a cause that he had every right as American to give to?
I think it's wrong, and I think he should be able to if because, you lose your job. You got a family to, support. But that's the same with this vaccine stuff. I just think it's wrong for people to lose their jobs when they have, families to support, mouths to feed, and just because they choose not to, take a shot, they're going to take their job away. It's crazy. And I think we're going to see a lot of lawsuits after the fact with all this mess. I think there's going to be a whole lot, because I know there's a lot that's already been filed. There's states that have filed lawsuit against the government for it,
We're going to talk to Donna Jill here live here in just a second. I'm dialing her. I got your headphones over there to the right where you can hear what Miss Donna Jill has to say here once we get her.
All right.
And we'll have her here in just a second here. I know the phone's ringing live. Hey, Donna Jill.
Good morning, Scotty Ray and Candace. How are y'all?
We're good. Now, we've got something special coming up tomorrow that you want to remind everybody about.
Oh, I do. Unfortunately and sadly, when you have a special election, people tend not to show up, and then they really tend not to show up on a runoff. So we have over 16 eligible voters in Lauderdale County that could have voted on November the 2nd, and only 3,000 showed up. So we've got to rev up 13 more thousand and get those original 3 back so we can have 16,000 show up tomorrow. Of course, it's been Thanksgiving week. It's just another obstacle, but we've got to overcome it. But if you'll allow me just to reiterate, the 14 precincts that can vote tomorrow, out of our 40, it's only Meridian Theater, Lauderdale Fire Station, Velma Young Community Center, Raymond P. Davis Annex, Delville Church, Gateway Church at Marion, Amasa Temple at Marion, El Bethel Church, Council of Organizations, Magnolia Hall, MSU Meridian, Mount Olive Baptist Church, Old Mount Martin School, which is Multi-County, and Prince of Peace. Those are the only 14 out of 40. If you did not vote on November the 2nd, you are still eligible to vote tomorrow. WTOK said on the news that you don't have to bring your voter registration card, but we put a lot of emphasis on the card because it helps educate you. If you look in the bottom left corner, it shows if you're in Senate 32. So we do put a lot of emphasis on the card. Of course, you do have to have picture ID.
Let me ask this about the card. How often do you get a new voter registration card? We talked about that earlier, and I couldn't remember.
Just when you move.
Oh, when you move.
If we have a change, yes. If we have a change, move across the street, you're going to get a new card. If we have any kind of district changes or precinct changes, you're going to get a new card. If we had precinct changes out at Marion, where we moved from the Marion Town Hall to the Amasa Temple, all those voters got a card. Yeah.
Can you come if you've lost yours? Can you come get a new one?
Just call us because we mail out cards about once every 2 weeks. So you just call us and we'll be happy to help you. But if we can just work up some enthusiasm and 16,000 voters when you've got the other 3 counties don't even come to 16,000. So if we can get Lauderdale County voters to show up tomorrow, the Senate race is so important to help us in Lauderdale County.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. Now it's down to 2 candidates, and what time will the polls be open tomorrow?
Legally in Mississippi at 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Yes.
Well, we're going to talk to you again if you'll speak with us tomorrow morning bright and early as we'll go through all of this tomorrow as well, Donna Jill.
That'd be great.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you for educating voters.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for calling
Y'all have a great day.
You too.
Remember, old fat women like this cold weather.
Thank you so much, Donna Jill.
Thank y'all always. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Donna Jill joining us this morning to talk about that. And it is a lot of people that can vote in this election.
One day I'm going to get some fancy earbud things like Scotty Ray.
You know, you actually have some in that little zip-up thing right there.
I'm picking.
But I have to get you a longer extension cord.
Yeah.
And that involves me getting in the car, and Hoopers is gone. Oh, Lord, what am I going to do?
Goodness.
Can't do without all those things.
I'm just picking.
But no, you do have
I
them.
put them on top of my head, but I might not get them out of this hair.
Well, if you put those,
I might have to wear them the whole show.
because I always caution you when using those that it'll mess up your hair. It's just plain simple.
will.
That's what those do.
I'm just worried about getting them out of my hair. Like, they get tangled up in my hair.
Now, the new mayor-elect of New York has condemned any violence that has gone on with Kyle Rittenhouse. He goes, it's not right. I have to give him thumbs up on that. He was a former police officer, and maybe he's going to help out things.
You know, I think that's nice when they condemn the violence, because as we know, I had not heard even our president condemn any of the violence when all that mess was going on in Portland and all those other, you know, you would think that somebody would say, you know, that is not right. You don't need to do that. I never heard that. Did you?
No.
I mean.
No, it didn't happen there.
So, anyway.
That's one of the, and you know, the next question is, can Biden be sued for the remarks that he made before he became president?
Yeah,
you know, he was saying that he was a white supremacist.
Right.
And the kid wasn't.
Right. And I mean, that could influence a whole lot of people to, you know, cause the boy harm. I mean, you know, ruin his name, you know, and then here it comes that he was innocent. And
where the thin line is, if you're a celebrity, people can talk about you.
Right.
But when you're just an average Joe citizen, you're not supposed to be able to run somebody down. And Joe did. But also at the same time, let's back up and think about this. Right. How many times has Donald said something about someone? Would that open up?
How many times is I mean, if you look back on past, I mean, since everybody's digging up stuff from 20 years ago and 30 years ago, what somebody said, you know, I mean, ruin it. I mean, look what Joe Biden said years before. He said several things that were not, you know, looked upon as a you know, really good thing.
Right.
That he could have been considered that. But anyway, I just think it's horrible that the boy's life, you know, I mean, now we've got lawyers that are getting threatened.
Yeah, his attorney says he's not even answering his phone now. He's getting so many death threats to him and his family. Now, the next question with this also is, you know, he had another attorney when it kicked off. Mm-hmm. And the GoFundMe, I think, is where the money came from for the $2 million bail. Mm-hmm. They will get that money. Will Kyle be able to get the money, or should it go back to the people that donated it? What's happening there?
Yeah.
It's going to be an argument and a fight over that. We all see it happening.
Yeah.
We'll see there. Had a remark there that says that they do not believe that Linda says that's not Sally Struthers.
Okay.
Do you pronounce it Struthers or Strutters?
Struthers, I think. Struthers.
Okay.
I think.
Right. Delina says that she's got a horse that'll do those round circles and slide like they do on, and I ain't getting on it.
I was talking to her the other day because I was doing her hair the other day, and she said they put sliders on their back hooves, and that's what makes them slide.
Skidded?
Yeah.
And see, I didn't know that.
It was really neat. Last night, if you watched the episode, it had a lot of that.
That old boy that done the horse work, that's got to be, whoever is doing that for the show is really good.
Well, she was saying that you can't look down. Like, you might want to look down at the horse, but she said if you do that, you'll get so dizzy. She said you just kind of have to keep your eyes straight. And I noticed last night he was doing that. He was looking straight ahead.
It's like when a pretty woman walks by and your wife is there, you got to be real careful about how you do that. Eye look and check it out. You know, don't get caught. Don't get caught.
Pop.
Let's go over to Maple's one-stop shop and talk about our friends that are taking care of you when it comes to anything that you need in a convenience store. And, of course, do not forget to drop your name in the hat to win that $50 fuel card. It's drawn weekly. What a great prize that is.
It is a good prize. My goodness. If you've filled your car up lately, you know how good of a prize.
Yeah, just write your name on the back of the receipt, hand it to the clerk, and your name is in for it. And, of course, the cold coffee machine, to where if you like the caramel, French vanilla, mocha, they take care of you there at the Broadmoor Chevron location. They'll get you going there. See them. And, of course, the rest of us that do the hot coffee, that love it, the Loyalty Coffee Program. Your 6 cup of coffee is free. Always clean, convenient, and what a great-looking store. They keep it perfect for you there. As we go down the aisle, though, you'll find drinks, moon pies. Who hadn't had a moon pie lately?
I haven't lately, but I need
See,
to try one.
they're great. Get yourself that and an RC Cola. They don't brand that together anymore, but boy, they sure are good. See them. And of course, lunch, you can get a piece of pizza, chips, and a drink for $4.99, along with fishing. And, well, if you want to take advantage of all of the lottery tickets, they got that for you there. See them. Maple's one-stop shop. You'll find them in 4 locations. Bonita Chevron, the Pine Springs Country Store location, Last Chance Tobacco on 493, and the Broadmoor Chevron. See them all. They'll help you there and get you something cool to drink while you're there at Maples.
I'm JC from Starkville, Mississippi, and it took one call, and that was all. I called my Mississippi attorney, Richard Schwartz, and he got me $200,000.
If you need me, Mississippi, remember, one call, that's all.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace as we head toward the top of the hour. We got about 5 minutes left before we have to depart today. Let's see what else is going on news story-wise that we haven't mentioned today other than Cal.
Tiger King. Y'all keep up with Tiger King?
He has been transferred out of the prison. He's got prostate cancer pretty bad.
Yeah. So he's gone to a facility, I guess prison-like facility where they can treat him. So.
Who remembers the Nashville bomb that went off on Christmas? This has been a couple years back, if I remember right, there in Nashville.
Around the AT&T building, I think it was, or something.
The girlfriend of the guy that did it turned him in. And she's going, y'all were offering $284,000. Where's my money?
Isn't this where there was like something speaking outside the vehicle?
Yeah.
Like there was a...
He put a tape on, played it through speakers, and then it exploded.
Right.
She wants her money, and the odds of her getting it are very slim. If you get into any of these programs that offer money if you turn somebody in, you better read the fine print, because if they're not arrested or you didn't call the particular number, like if they say call 800-523 and you call 911 and report it, that disqualifies you from getting the money.
Yeah.
Which is bad, because who wants to be looking up the exact number to call to report something if you're...
Right.
But that's just the way it is. She's threatening to sue. I don't think it'll do any good, though.
Yeah.
They've got lawyers that draw all that up.
He died, right?
Yeah, he did.
And so they're saying that it was because he wasn't arrested or convicted.
The fine print.
Right.
But he did it. She turned...
At least they know who it was.
And then the question is, where does that money go to if they don't give it?
Right.
Where is Chris Reed when I got all these questions?
I know, we got all kind of...
Turning wrenches on an airplane, he need to be up in there fighting crime. He ain't no police officer no more. I think everybody's upset with that.
Yes.
Oh, and Joe has made another mistake we thought we'd share with you. I'll let you tell this because...
Well, he claimed that the house burned down with Jill in it. But come to find out, Jill just had a little small kitchen fire.
Joe has a tendency to over-exaggerate.
Yeah, he does. Or say things that didn't even happen, you know.
Yeah. And he's president of the United States. Doesn't that make you feel good?
Yeah, that does. Wonderful.
We can't count the times that Joe has heard somebody else tell a story, and within 20 minutes, it happened to him.
Right.
Why the fire story? It happened in 2004.
I don't know.
It really confuses you.
I'm just glad to not hear about his hairy legs and the roaches anymore. Could have done without knowing that, Joe.
Yeah, and him and popcorn. They go way back when he had them hairy legs up in there. Yes. Also at the White House, the White House Communications Chief of Staff has announced that she is leaving. I wonder why. As ratings plummet. Yeah. I would say that she was told she had to go, and she's just announced that she's leaving.
Yeah. Well, from what I hear, it's a lot of, kind of clashing going on up in the White House right now.
Oh, it is. There will be a change, and I think we all know that is coming before long. But that's some headlines there out of that. 2 Fox News contributors have quit because they claim that they don't like the way Tucker Carlson handled the January 6th, and the network backed what he done. If you really get deeper into this, it probably has nothing to do with January 6th. They were probably either going to lose their job over something else, and they quit before they were fired. Whatever the case is, They're trying to make a name for themselves when it's smoke and mirrors. Let's call it the way it really is.
I wish that was, I think it's just on Fox Nation though, right? All that he was talking about on the January 6th thing.
Yeah.
So, but.
Yeah.
He
Anyway.
mentions it on regular Fox, but anyway.
Yeah, it's Fox Nation where all that was
Time's
handled.
flown, though, this
It has.
morning.
It's time for us to depart. Don't forget there's a lot of Christmas parades, and if you haven't let us know where your Christmas parade is, let us know quickly so we can tell everybody else.
Yes, check your voter registration card. If the 14 precincts are one of yours, do not forget to go vote. It's very important.
It is. We'll be back tomorrow morning, bright and early, back into your home, your business, wherever you may be, and we'll share another day with you. Thanks for dropping by. Candace, you want to say goodbye for us?
I do. Have a blessed and safe day, and we'll see you in the morning.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by